we have learned a lot from playing against like the LPL and LSK when they like were bullying us, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you review the games, if you like look at what other people do in these like similar situations, it's like something that you can definitely improve on.
And before starting this video, we have to quickly thank our sponsors in Oli for helping us provide you with all this content. And as always, please, if you are looking for some energy drinks and some tasty beverages, make sure to check out the Oli website for some really nice products and use the code SE5 at checkout for €5 discount or SE10 for 10% discount on any purchase that you do on the website. And once again, thank you so much to Oli for sponsoring this content. And now, please enjoy the interview. All right, today was the second week of G2's performance in the LEC Spring season, and I'm in the presence of the European GOAT Caps today after taking down Team Heretics 2-0. And I mean, Caps, first of all, it's a great start to the season, and it contrasts a lot to the Winther split. Obviously, a lot of people were talking about how it was the first time that G2 went 0-2 in the first week and everything, and now you're 2-0 instead. So how does it feel? It feels like the momentum is very different now as well, and the team is looking a lot better as well. So can you tell me about that start so far?
Yeah, I mean, definitely it feels good to have a better start than last split. I think
Hmm.
we obviously came in quite I think quite shaky, I guess, at the start of last split, but it was also like quite obvious mistakes we were making, and I
Hmm.
think we definitely improved on them throughout the split. And obviously we ended up losing to K-Cup in the end, but we definitely reached like a higher level than we started off with, and I think we're continuing that into the split.
Hmm.
Just a little bit of improvement every week, and hopefully we will do will do better against K-Cup this time around.
Indeed, and yeah, but going back to today as well, you faced Team Heretics, and this is something we've seen more and more. There's a lot of rookies squad, I guess, in the LEC. There's like SK, there's Vitality, Heretics as well that like tend to invest a lot into rookies nowadays. And I wanted to ask you, like, how is it like facing those teams? Do you notice any like difference in the way they play, in the terms, in the sense that they maybe don't have the same experience as veterans as well? And is your approach to the game different? Are they like more explosive maybe, or maybe a bit scared of doing certain things, maybe not as good on macro and stuff? What do you think about the new generation overall?
I mean, I guess it's hard to say for every rookie. I think there's been a lot of different rookies throughout the years, right? And I think everyone has like a little bit of their own like play style, their own like habits and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and what like they value in the game. But I think generally, especially for teams with like a lot of rookies, it tends to be a lot of like following quite specific plans. You know, like usually we have quite good scouting on what we expect them to do, and they follow a lot of the same strategies. Um, I think obviously when you are new in the league, it was the same for me, right? It's you need to, I guess, differentiate between solo queue and like these like stage games that will be played quite differently. And I think just learning like a few solid strategies definitely seems to be working out for a lot of these teams.
Hmm.
At the same time, I guess also nowadays most rookies that come in have a lot of experience in the ERLs as well.
Yeah.
So they have obviously have a lot of experience in that as well. But it's still like a different I guess meta or different playstyle in the LEC.
Hmm. And be it rookies or veterans, it feels like the LEC, at least this far, is still struggling a bit this split in terms of like fundamentals and like how to play the game and stuff. Something we've seen a lot that's been very jarring is how there's a lot of teams in the LEC that are able to get leads and then end up throwing them and not being able to close out games. So I wanted to ask you, is like, what do you think is the reason behind the fact that the region is still struggling in like some stuff that are considered to be easy by other stronger regions as well, right? Do you think there's like coaching issues, or is it like players not adapting enough? Maybe the teams are not coordinated enough.
Um, but I'm not sure. I think it's hard to I guess talk for everyone in the league. I definitely think there's a few teams in the LEC right now that are struggling quite a bit, and I think they have been like consistently throwing a lot of leads, even last split as well.
Hmm.
So definitely something they will have to work on. But I also always feel like that that is kind of how it is, right? Like I think when there's like a big difference in like like not necessarily like individual skill, but like in team skill and about like the decision making, often these leads kind of just end up getting thrown at some point. I think we've seen a lot of like the West against the East as well, where the West will get like 5k goal lead and then suddenly it gets thrown off, and it's just these small consistent decisions that they just make it a little bit better. And if you keep making it like better on like on over like 100 decisions or something like that, there will be a throw somewhere. And once we throw, it gets hard to come back, right? And it can be the same for some of the maybe weaker teams in LEC. But I'm sure it's something you can definitely work on. And we have learned a lot from playing against like the LPL and LSK when they like were bullying us, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you review the games, if you like look at what other people do in these like similar situations, it's like something that you can definitely improve on. But you definitely need to work on it.
Yeah. And obviously, I have to ask you about Winther, and obviously, like now going back to Spring and stuff. Last split ended your 6-split streak. You had won every LEC trophy since summer 2023. So I just want to ask you, like, did it feel strange back then not being the one celebrating on stage? And also, what was discussed, I guess, after the loss as well, to make sure that this would not happen again, maybe like in the next few days or the next few weeks even? Like, how did you approach the off season in general?
Yeah, I mean, definitely to answer your first question, it definitely felt very like strange to see K-Cup celebrate. I mean, obviously, I was like part of me was happy for Yaig and Tagamas, but at the same time, I would definitely have preferred being the one to celebrate and lifting the trophy. So it was definitely hard to lose it. But I think going into the off season, we just talked a lot, and I thought a lot as well about like what went wrong and stuff like that. I think throughout the split we have improved a lot, but I think K-Corp kind of like abused a few weaknesses we had that we still haven't like managed to,
Iron
level
out
up, I guess.
stuff.
Or iron out exactly. But it's something that we are very conscious of now, and it's something that we are working on. And I think we're getting better at it. Like I think we actually had some very good scrims. Like we're learning a lot in these scrims, and we're seeing quite a bit of progress. Is it perfect? No, I wouldn't even say it's like great yet, right? I think we're decent at it, but I think the important thing is that we're very aware of like where we can improve on, I guess. And it's not going to be easy, but it's something we will like keep trying to replicate. And as long as we have these situations pop up in scrims, and as long as we keep talking about it, and we keep like all doing our own part of it as well, I think it's something we're going to be very good at by the end of the split. And then obviously we still need to be ready for all sorts of other challenges that might get thrown our way, or like look for other areas we can improve on, because the beautiful thing with League is that there's like infinite thing you can do better, right? So
yeah,
we will look to improve a lot and see if we can take down K-Cup this time.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. And another way to approach this as well was, unfortunately, this was your very first international event that you missed since 2021 as well. I want to ask you, did you get to watch firsthand at all? Did you, was it, I guess, like a bit difficult to even watch it because it was not you playing and stuff? Is it frustrating? And do you feel like you still learned something from watching the other teams, if you did, I guess?
Yeah, definitely yes to kind of everything. Like it was for sure like frustrating at times to watch, especially the first best of threes that were not going that well for K-Corp. But I think once they managed to turn it around, it became a lot more fun to watch, I guess. And I think watching especially how Hanwha Live beat K-Corp, I guess, gave a lot of inspiration, and just how they played in general was like a good like wake up call, or like just a good inspiration, I guess, is what the word I'm looking for. And I think there's a lot of things we can take from that and implement in our play. So
yeah,
definitely a lot of things to look out for. And I mean, missing an international tournament, it sucks, definitely. I think this is like my third one I missed, and it always feels bad to look at the teams just playing it and having fun and having these like super high stakes games, right? And you definitely want to be there if you're a player. So it just gives me a lot of, I guess, inspiration and motivation to make sure we make it to MSI now. And hopefully we'll go all the way there as well.
Yeah. And just last question for you as well, going back to the LEC. Something that I found very interesting is the LEC Roadtrips that are coming up. And G2 is actually the only team that are going to be both to Paris and Madrid as well. First of all, do you think that those road trips are the future of the LEC, and which one are you the most excited for? Because Madrid will have more people, but the Paris one, you'll be facing KC on stage, right? So there's some different points, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely will be fun. I think like these kind of road shows are always like very, very fun and nice. I love playing in these like huge stadiums, right? We had like the Red Bull event at the start of the year. It was very nice as well. And hopefully if we make it far Worlds, it will be the same, right? And I think LEC finals as well. So like these events are always super hype. Obviously the stakes will be maybe a little bit less, I guess, than usual, because usually it's like if you lose, you're out and you're kind of like all in on these events. Right now we are still, I mean, I guess we'll see what our score will be by these events, but it definitely adds a lot. I think that the stakes are higher, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it could be very cool if in the future it could be more like playoffs. We could look for it. But I can definitely see, I guess, maybe it would be too much traveling or it would be weird for some teams. I'm not sure, but I think it'll be a great experience. I'm looking forward to it, meeting all the fans and also getting, like we didn't get to go to the first stand event, so getting like a bit of a tournament here is definitely very nice.
Yeah. Did you have one of the two that's exciting you a bit more, or is it the same kind of?
Yeah, I feel kind of the same about both. I think it's like I don't really have many expectations, I guess. So I'm just looking forward to what it will bring.
All right. Well, we do have to close off. Captain, in any case, thank you so much for talking with us today. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck and see you soon.
See ya.